All right, good morning, everyone. I would like to recognize that the area we call the Fraser Valley Regional District has been home to Indigenous peoples for generations. There are 31 communities with reserved lands in the FERD's jurisdiction and as many as 69 groups with interests in the area. We honor our commitment to collaboration, inclusion, and reconciliation in our work here today and call to order the June 5th, 2025 Regional and Corporate Services Committee meeting. First item, please.
Looking for approval of the agenda, and late items.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Moved by Director Facio, seconded by Director Smith. All in favor? Motion's carried. Next item.
4.1 is the draft Regional and Corporate Services Committee meeting minutes of May 15th, 2025.
Motion, Director Klute, second Director McCahonick. Any discussion on it? No, all in favor? Motion's carried. Next item.
Next item is 5.1, but this is actually a motion from Director Horn, and I know that he's been delayed by traffic, so I just suggest maybe we could table that and come back to it when he arrives.
Yes, we'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, so 6.1 is Financial Plan 2025 to 2029 Amendment for June.
Do we have a motion, discussion? Director McCahonick, second by Director Wardenberg. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none. All in favor? No, none opposed. Motion's carried. Maybe you now.
Let's give Director Horn a moment, perhaps, to get set up. The next item,
okay.
Sure. The next item, 7.1.1, which is an information item. It's the 2025 Regional Growth Strategy Monitoring Report.
Thank you. Any comments, questions on this?
Davidson?
Oh, thank you. Director Davidson.
Just wondering on the through to staff on the greenhouse gas, noting that the inventory is due to complete, I guess, at the end of this month, Q2 2025. What do the timelines look for reconsidering new greenhouse gas targets that are perhaps more consistent with provincial and national standards?
I'll just look over to Allison and Lance to answer that one.
Thank you for the question through the chair. You're correct that the greenhouse gas emission inventory is wrapping up, and we do expect that to be done by the end of June. Following completion of that, we will have to digest it and figure it out, sort of what it all means. It will lead into a subsequent planning process for a climate action planning process that will get underway later this year. And I'm not totally sure when we would be identifying targets, but it'll be 2026 is our time frame for when draft targets that would be identified that could be taken back to the board for consideration.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? No, seeing none. Next item, please.
Okay, so now maybe we can go back to item 5.1, which is a motion brought forward from Director Horn, City of Mission, regarding Animal Control Service Area.
Great, thank you. We'll move this over to Director Horn.
Thank you. If there's a seconder, I'll very briefly speak to the motion.
I'll second that.
Thank you very much. The motion itself, I think, is relatively self-explanatory. The model that we have is working well, but unfortunately, there wasn't really a review mechanism built into the funding structure, and it was based on the initial costs of animal control or dog licensing back in 2016, which has changed. And unfortunately, the funding proportions haven't changed along with that. We're very pleased with the service we receive in Mission, but we're paying 12 to 13% more than we actually utilize out of the service. And we will be making, through the bequest of a generous Mission resident who left it in their will, a significant contribution to the construction of the new facility. It seems an opportune time for us to look at the model and have staff come back with options. And that's the intention of the motion.
Do we have any other speakers speaking to the motion? No? Oh, Director Siemens.
Yeah, just a quick question then. So I'm in favor of taking a look at the numbers and reviewing little concerned about what the converted assessment funding methodology would look like. So I just want to make sure we're looking at options, not committing to something at this point.
Through the chair to Director Siemens, the way that this motion has been brought forward is actually to bring forward a new bylaw that would change it to converted assessment. As you may know, when each community was brought on to the service, there was a slightly different mechanism for the funding depending on the circumstances for that community. But I don't know if Ms. Barker wants to weigh in on that, but from my read of the motion, the intention would be that it would be just strictly based on converted assessment so that each community is paying in the same manner.
Right.
Yes,
You
that's
good?
correct. So that's the way it's put forward now in terms of moving forward with the converted assessment method, but there are other options that could be considered.
Right. You good, Director Siemens?
Yeah, I think my preference would be to take I just don't want to commit to something until I know the numbers. So I just want a clarification that we're not committing to anything at this point. We will be looking at the numbers and then making a decision. I just want a clarification on that.
Sure. Through the chair to Director Siemens, would it help when we bring this forward if we were to bring a comparison of what each community is currently paying under the model versus what that would look like under the converted assessment model, and then bring that bylaw for that change, and so that you'd be able to see that comparison?
Yes, please. And also, just what the usage rates are. I know that we've looked at that a while back, and I just, again, those numbers sort of escape me, but I wouldn't mind just having an understanding. My tendency in government is to use user pay, but I also know there's other extenuating circumstances that I need to be aware of. But so if we could have that as well, just so that we're making an informed decision, that would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Director McMahon.
Those are the same concerns I was going to bring forward, so I would support that. It would be really good to see the numbers, what people are paying and what the usage is. I think we can make better decisions if we have that information. So thank you.
So I'm assuming we don't need an amendment to the motion for that. That would just be considered staff direction. as part of-
I agree. That's correct.
Okay. All right, seeing no other speakers, all in favor? Any opposed? Seeing none, motion's carried. Next item.
So moving down to 8.1, we have the Hope and Area Recreation Center Arena Equipment Replacements Contract Award.
We have a mover? Director Smith, a seconder? Directors, I can't, I have difficulty with it. Spady, thank you. Director Smith.
Yes, so this is excellent here, moving to more green in the area in there. We've done some pretty major things. We want to thank the regional district for all the attention they've given to our rec center. And also you probably notice outside of our arena, we've done quite a bit to clean up the outside too. So to keep our part of the bargain and that. So, but I just want to thank them for the continuation of improvements at our arena. So thank you.
Right, seeing no other speakers, all in favor of the motion? None opposed, motion's carried. Next item.
10.1 is an item for information and correspondence. It's a letter from the District of Kent regarding building inspection services for a neighboring First Nation.
Do we have a mover? Director Spatesy, seconder? No, Director Clute? Seeing no comments, all in favor? Any opposed? Oh, motion's carried. Next item.
Moving down to reports by directors.
Anyone? Director McMahon.
I just wanted to let people know we are getting I'm more hopeful for the residents in the Chilliwack River Valley that have been impacted by the 2021 slides. We're getting some interest. I have a letter gone out to Ministry of Transportation, and really hoping that that's gonna work, and they're all coming together and advocating. And then also I did receive a letter back from our Minister of Housing on homelessness situation out in the River Valley, and I can talk to that with people that are relevant. Might want to know about some of the things that he put forward. And then as an attachment to the climate disaster, the atmospheric river, I've been working and connected the residents with the Climate Disaster Project. And in June 22nd in Vancouver at the Goldthorpe Center for Performing Arts, there's going to be a play, Eyes of the Beast, Climate Disaster Stories. And it's an award-winning documentary play that weaves together the lived experiences of people who survived the extreme heat, flooding, and fires of 2021. So there's been one performance in Victoria, and there will be a few more. And so there will be a talkback session where audience members are invited to share their own experiences and what they think can be done to help survivors. And then a policy listener, an elected official, is invited to speak for 10 minutes in a nonpartisan manner about what they heard. So I will be doing one on June 22nd, and the evening of that will be Lytton's mayor. So it's well open to the public and really trying to bring some empowerment back to people that have been impacted. So I'll send out more information. It'd be nice to see someone or some ones coming to the coming to this. So thank you.
Thank you. All right. Seeing no other speakers, I think we just have a resolution to, oh no,
Nope.
online participation. I
Yeah.
skipped a step.
Just going to public question period for items relevant to the agenda. We'll just turn things over to our Deputy Corporate Officer, Lauren Olenek.
Thank you. We do not have any members of the public joining us today, and we have not received any written questions.
Okay, so now we can look for a resolution to close the meeting.
Thank you. Do we have a
Move, Madam
motion?
Chair.
By Director Palacio, second Director Castle, on favor. Motion's carried.
Okay, just give us 2 or 3 minutes to set up the room.